Hi, Paul Hefty here with State College Football. What I'd like to do is walk you through our new 2017 offensive structure for the no huddle triangle offense. First off, we're going to go through the principles and goals, then our pro structure, some 2x2 spread alignments, offensive personnel and their twins, defensive recognition for communication, and then our offensive communication, verbiage, and tempo stacking system. Lastly, then our 3-1 pro and empty alignments, and then H-back alignments. First off, the no huddle triangle principle and goals there's 3 points to this. Number one, we're always looking for a numbers advantage. We'll do that by looking at the safeties and linebackers. They kind of tell us what's going on. One high safety means we have generally an 8-man front. 2 high safeties mean we have 7. Mr. Zeros then are linebackers that are hanging on the edge of the box. Again, we want to look and see if they are actually defending our receivers. If not, and they're in the box, then we have access to throw. If the Mr. Zeros are outside the run box and covering the receivers, then we have no access. Last, the Mike linebacker for us is obviously the middle linebacker, but if you've got that linebackers straddling the middle, so they're stacked behind the guards, the Mike becomes whichever one is to the play side for us. Okay. Number 2, our angles. We want to find the best blocking angles, and we start from going outside in. We're a speed team, so if we have a good edge, we're going to take that. Next, then we look and try to find that 3-technique defensive tackle. Kind of tells us where their gap responsibilities are. And then last is the field. We want to go ahead and put our offensive numbers or speed in space. 2 ways to do that is just put numbers to the field, but also then you can put numbers into the boundary and we can determine if the defense is formation or field conscious. Our goals as an offense for success are, number one, we always want to be able to run the ball. Again, no turnovers, simple. And then we're going to do things to give you opportunities to make big plays. We are a pro structure, meaning that the wide receiver always aligns to the directional call. So a pro right for us is set up as such here, where you'll see the tight end, a pro right. The Y is to the right. The Z then is going to go towards the call. Our X and A are going to line away, and our B will start in pistol to start with. Quarterback in shotgun. If we want to go ahead and change the A and B back, all we do is say con right, and we're good there. So this would be a right formation. It's as you see it, and this would be a con right formation signal. One we use mostly out of our pro spread, our number 1 formation, is a 2x2 or ace. This example here is an ace left. So all that happens is the A back then goes out to a slot on the hash. Again, this would be the signal then for an ace left. If we want to switch the 2 backs, we simply go to uno, and again, the term is down. Now the A and B switch. That's all it does for personnel. For offensive personnel and twins then, you can see obviously our A and B learn both a receiver and a back situation. The X and the Z are both number 1 receivers, so they just learn whether they're on or off. What we'd like to do with our linemen then is they learn the position next to them. And we always want to have extra centers. For defensive positions and terminology, everything we look at from a defense comes from a 4-3 cover 4 base. So we'll have a Mike linebacker in the middle, and then the Sam becomes a strong linebacker, the Will the weak linebacker. On the secondary, we like to label our cat as our strong side corner and our dog as our weak side. Our ox is our onside corner, and our goat is our weak side or backside safety. Up front, we call the defensive ends number 3 for blocking purposes, and then the D tackle is typically the 3 technique, and the nose guard is shaded somewhere over the center or close to. Again, what we're looking for is defenders in the run box by identifying those hanging backers or Mr. Zeros, the Sam and the Will, and determining if they want to defend pass or defend run. For recognition, though, when we line up in no huddle, this is great. Linemen simply get up, and they're going to go ahead and determine if they are covered or uncovered by a down lineman. Our receivers then will look also always to the DB over them and then go inside. Our running back is going to point at the Mike backer and then look to the Mr. Zero to his side. Our quarterbacks are going to do the same sequence every time. Safeties, they'll point at both of them so we know if we're 2 high or 1 high. Then they're going to go right down to the Mr. Zeros And then lastly, find the Mike linebacker. Again, it tells us all. What we're looking for here is to look and see and get alerts. And then secondly, if we really want to get the defense to show its hand, we'll do a freeze cadence or a double cadence. That works very well. Our offensive communication is diagrammed here. We're going to do the process of nothing means something. So if we don't say a snap count, we're automatically on the first go. Everything else is an exception. We're going to go ahead and again, quarterback is in shotgun. If he wants us to get going, he'll do a rapid clap. Okay. Once he's ready to go, the cadence itself is ready, down, ready, set, go. So the sequence would be a long clap like Ohio State on ready, a pause, and all the players that need to get in a three-point stance do then, so we're set. He'll then put his hands in the triangle, down, ready, set, go, and the ball is snapped. You can see then we can do a freeze cadence where we'll go ready, down, and then actually say freeze. We'll reset, get the play, and then go through the full cadence. We can also do a short or pistol cadence where we simply give the gun signal. There, the running back will stay in the pistol and we'll go right off a quick cadence of ready and go and snap the ball. Lastly then, a long cadence where we'll go on the second go. Our tempo or stacking system, we want to be able to go different speeds, and it's very simple. We can do a bunch, which is close to a huddle, but this way we don't practice. The line simply turns around and faces with their back to the line of scrimmage, faces the quarterback, about 2 yards from the ball. Everybody else can get as close as far away as they want. The quarterback's facing, uses the same verbiage he would if we were no huddle. What we use most of the time, though, is just a simple supersonic where we can go very fast, one of the reasons for using RPOs and RROs. We can do a freeze or a long cadence to change the tempo. If we want to go even faster, we do a go-go, which is simply repeating the last formation in play. And then the fastest is a 911 or NASCAR tempo, where we use one word, one signal, and it tells us everything. Formation, count, play, and we're off. Here's some examples of some of the signals again. You can go through a bunch or a burst, which is simply with the hands up as such. We can do an alert, which is telling us ready, we have possible access, be ready, be alert. We can actually do a freeze where we're doing a double cadence. If we want to go and repeat that last play and go super fast, it's just a traveling signal. And then NASCAR is real simple. It's a triangle, and then we simply give a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all packaged in. If we want to go 911, which is kind of our emergency 2-minute offense, those are circling motions. Again, one signal does everything. Here's just a couple examples then of our formations. This would be our 3-by-1 bunch. This is a tray right. The signal there is an OK sign, so this would be tray right close to the body. If we want to go ahead and go wide tray right and spread it out, it's an OK sign, simply out. If we want to go ahead and switch the A and B, it becomes wide trace or trace, and we simply, again, are down. A 3-by-2 or empty then is simply Cinco. Very simple. It's our wide tray with the B back leaving from the pistol and going away from the call. If we want to go again, switch the A and B, 5 would be up, Cinco would be down. A cluster formation is trips. Again, we're going to do this type of signal. This is the tricky one. Again, the strength goes to, the Y goes to the directional call, so this would actually be a trips right with the Y and the 3 receivers to the left. There they are in a bunch. Again, we're close to the body. If we want to go ahead wide, it's away. And again, Trienta would be down, switching the A and the B. Lastly, our H-back sets, and we simply use these simple terms. A 2-by-2 with the H is the Y simply coming off the ball, and the Z moving on as an S as a split end. It's just a doubles, so it's the peace sign, doubles right. A quads puts us in a 3-by-1. Again, we'll just go ahead and have that. It's just like wide tray. The S goes on, being the Z, moving to an S, and the Y backing off and becoming an H becomes quads. Again, very simple. Backhanded forefingers, quattro, the A and B switch. Last is sixes, which is an empty. Again, just like our wide tray with the be back away are 5 or cinco. Again, sixes is just thumb up, and seis is thumb down. Lastly then is our offensive structure review. Please go through these 8 questions. You should be able to answer these easily. If not, go back and reference, and then hopefully you've got a good understanding of our basic offensive structure. Thanks.